Hello friends, welcome to engineering tutorial. So we'll continue our discussion related to sensors and transducers, and we'll extend our discussion on temperature measurement. Previously we discussed the gas thermometric sensor, the constant volume gas thermometric sensor. In this video we are going to discuss another method for temperature measurement, which is the acoustic temperature sensor. So temperature sensor, that much we know, we are measuring temperature, but the acoustic part, it clearly gives us the information that it is a sensor which is based on the application or the utilization of some principle which is related to sound, that. So the basic principle which is used here is that when a longitudinal acoustic wave or sound wave, it moves through an ideal gas. Normally an inert gas is used, like we did in the gas thermometric sensor, because they are non-reactive and they have stable electronic configuration. So when a longitudinal sound wave, it passes through an ideal gas, the speed with which it travels, that is given by this formula. Now here please pay attention to this part, this T, okay. So here this T part is very crucial because we are measuring temperature. So anything which is dependent on temperature, any parameter which is dependent on temperature can be utilized. So this principle is used here. Gamma is the ratio of specific heats, that is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature 1 gram of a substance through 1 degree Celsius at constant pressure and constant volume. Specific heat at constant pressure and constant volume, that ratio is gamma. R is the gas constant, M is the molecular weight of the gas, and T is the surrounding temperature, the environment, the point where the sensor is placed. Okay. So from this we can calculate the temperature using this. Squaring both sides, we get MCI square by gamma R. Now from the gas we can calculate specific heat at constant pressure. I mean, it will be known, for each gas these are constant values: molecular weight, constant specific heat at constant pressure, and constant volume. These are gas, we can say, constants for a gas. For a particular gas, these values are constant and can be determined. Now we have to determine this velocity of propagation through the ideal gas, the velocity of the acoustic wave, longitudinal acoustic wave. This has to be determined. So we have to use a setup to determine this velocity. So again, for that a setup is used, something like this, where we have a quartz crystal which operates on the principle of piezoelectric effect. We know what piezoelectric effect is, but here inverse piezoelectric effect is used to generate a sound wave. So piezoelectric effect, we know that when electric potential is applied across the two ends of a piezoelectric crystal, when force is, piezoelectric effect is, when force is applied or pressure is applied on a piezoelectric crystal, electric potential is generated. That is piezoelectric effect. Force is applied, electric potential is generated. The inverse piezoelectric effect is the opposite. When electric potential is applied, the crystal vibrates or oscillates with a certain frequency. This inverse piezoelectric effect is used here to generate a particular acoustic or sound wave at the resonating frequency of the crystal. Each piezoelectric crystal, whether it is artificial or natural, it has a certain resonant frequency. Okay, so here we are using quartz, quartz crystal. So it has a certain resonant frequency. So here electric potential is applied, the crystal vibrates or oscillates with the certain frequency. We keep on applying the potential till it reaches its resonant frequency, and that is used to generate the acoustic wave. Okay. Then we have the helium gas chamber. Okay, the helium gas chamber, it is an inert gas, non-reactive, stable electronic configuration, and on the other side of the gas chamber we have a movable piston arrangement. Okay, a movable piston arrangement. So the principle is that when the sound wave is generated by the quartz crystal at resonant frequency, it strikes the movable piston. Because of the force, some level of force which is generated by the sound wave, the piston moves a certain distance away from the gas chamber. Okay, and then on striking the piston, the sound wave returns back, and then again using the piezoelectric principle, that is the pressure which is generated by the sound wave on the crystal, it produces an electrical potential. That's how we know that the sound wave has returned and it strikes the piezoelectric crystal. So both inverse piezoelectric effect and piezoelectric effect is used. Inverse piezoelectric effect is used to generate the sound wave, okay, and piezoelectric effect is used to receive, to detect the the reflected sound wave from the piston. So what happens is that the distance which, or the displacement of the piston backwards or on the other side, it is given by this n lambda by 2, where lambda is the wavelength of the acoustic wave and n is the number of peaks of the wave. So that is the piston displacement. Now from this there is some complicated calculation which I am not going into. Here I am simply giving you the formula for the propagation velocity of the acoustic wave. Because there is a lot of complicated calculations, it will unnecessarily confuse you and will make this video boring. So I am directly giving you the formula for the propagation velocity of the acoustic wave, because we want to calculate this propagation velocity. Then from this we will calculate the temperature using this formula. So here also it is temperature based. It is given by, the propagation velocity is given by gamma RT by m into 1 plus alpha p by RT. We know gamma is the ratio of specific heats at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume. R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, m is the molecular weight. Alpha here is a constant which is based on this piston displacement. The unnecessarily long calculation derivation is there. So here I am not going into that. So you simply know that the alpha is a constant which is dependent on the type of piezoelectric crystal which is used. Here quartz crystal is used, the gas which is used in the chamber, here the helium gas is used, because everything, specific heat at constant pressure, volume, molecular weight, everything is dependent on that. And on those things this alpha constant is dependent. Okay, so simply you know this is a constant alpha. 1 plus alpha p, p is the pressure, by RT. R again the gas constant, T is the temperature. So we get the propagation velocity of the acoustic wave. Then using this we can calculate the temperature, which is given by mci square by gamma r. This first relationship where we came across this, squaring both sides, we get T is equal to mci square by gamma r. Like I said, from the gas we can get these values. To get the velocity we have to use this setup. Okay, this setup. It is called, this setup is called as helium gas interferometer. Okay, acoustic helium interferometer or helium gas chamber interferometer. Okay, this setup is only used to determine the propagation velocity of the sound wave through the helium gas chamber. Okay, so from this we calculate the temperature using this formula, this. So again we get a proper readout of the temperature in terms of the units that we like, degree Celsius, degree Kelvin. Normally degree Celsius is used, so we get a proper if you use proper signal conditioning, analog to digital conversion, we can get a proper digital readout. Okay, so this is the basic principle of the acoustic temperature sensor or the helium acoustic helium interferometer, okay, for temperature measurement. So here let us try to understand this from a three-dimensional perspective. So like I said, the basic principle of temperature measurement sensor is this. We have the temperature that is equal to mCi square by gamma R. M molecular weight, gamma is ratio of specific heat to specific heat at constant pressure, specific heat at constant volume, R is the gas constant. So we have to determine the propagation velocity through the helium gas chamber of the acoustic wave, which is generated by the quartz crystal. So what happens, we apply an electric potential through two electrodes to this quartz crystal. It oscillates at its resonant frequency and generates a sound wave. Okay, so this sound wave, it strikes the movable piston, and as a result of this movable piston, it gets displaced by a certain distance. Now after that, this sound wave, upon striking the this piston, it reflects back in the opposite direction towards the piezoelectric crystal. So let me use a different ink for it. Okay, this one. So it's the opposite. So like this. Okay, my drawing skills are not that great. So it reaches this quartz crystal, and through piezoelectric effect, when the pressure or force generated by the sound wave acts on the crystal, it generates an electric potential which gives the signal that the sound wave has reached. Now the piston displacement is given by d, which is n lambda by 2. So here d, which is the piston displacement, it depends on the wavelength of the sound wave, or the half of the wavelength, and the number of peaks of the wave. Okay, number of peaks. Okay, the number of peaks of the wave through one passage. Okay, this is the return, this is the transmission, this is the reception thing. So from that we calculate the specific the velocity of the sound wave through the helium gas chamber as this. Now this constant alpha, like I said, there is a very long derivation, complicated, not unnecessary, but unnecessary here to mention because it will confuse you. So this constant, it depends on a lot of things, like I said, which I have, deliberately I have not included here because it will make the video unnecessarily lengthy and confusing. So from this we calculate Ci, and then the velocity, propagation velocity, and then we calculate the temperature using this Ci square by gamma R. Okay, so again here the piston gets displaced by a certain distance, which is given by n lambda by 2. Okay, this piston displacement is given by n lambda by 2. Okay, so this is the basic working principle of the acoustic temperature sensor or the acoustic helium interferometer temperature sensor. So I hope you like this video, and please subscribe my channel Engineering Tutorial for more such videos related to engineering, science and technology. Have a great day. Thank you very much.